Our topic is the comparison of Spanish second language acquisition in America and Spain. In recent years, second language acquisition in different contexts has been compared, especially comparing learning a second language in a domestic classroom with learning a second language abroad. Today, we will focus on exploring the impact of different contexts on the learning of Spanish by native English speakers. In Seglowitz's research, the researchers invited 46 American students who spoke English as their first language and had not formally studied Spanish, dividing them into two groups, those who studied in their domestic classrooms and those who studied abroad. This experiment lasted 13 weeks, and researchers tested the students' Spanish language proficiency through questionnaires and interviews, both at the beginning and the end of the experiment. The result illustrated that the two-group learners showed different levels of improvement in oral fluency, grammatical control, communication strategies, and pronunciation. In addition, research has shown that students who learn a second language abroad are not necessarily immersed in the local community, and they do not use the second language as often as we believe. This is because students who study a second language abroad tend to fail to integrate into the local community due to cultural differences. Besides this, some scholars have tried to compare what were the specific contextual factors affecting second language acquisition. Now let's move on to the influence of different contexts on different aspects of second language acquisition. From Table 1, we found that the students who studied abroad showed greater improvement in their oral fluency than the domestic group, especially in terms of rate of speech. Now we would like to talk about grammar abilities and vocabulary. After analyzing the recorded speech sample, students who studied abroad didn't improve their own grammar abilities. It means that students should show superior gains in grammatical performance. For example, in Spanish classroom, learning verb morphology and subordinate conjunction is superior level. The result of both groups are the same. Therefore, we didn't find any evidence to support this point. However, look at the Table 2. Study abroad group could help students to improve their narrative ability. Compared with study at home group, study abroad group could use more informational words and concatenate subordinate clause. When we talk about influential aspects of second language acquisition and context, we need to analyze pronunciation. Students in both groups showed gains in the pronunciation targets. In the study of this corpus, we can easily find that both groups improved in wordless initial stops and word final letters. Both of them improved the same level. Now, let's move on to the communication strategies. Students in this study used 26 different communication strategies. Common communication strategies limited to a few of them. Look at the Table 3. It shows the mean total number of communication strategies used at the end of semester and the mean number as a function of language type and source. In each case, study abroad group used more communication strategies than study at home group. It can prove that in the aspect of communication strategies, study abroad group has more advantages. Besides, the influential aspect predictor of language gains are also considered. First is cognitive processing abilities. Look at the table. The means of speed and efficiency of visual word recognition correlated with oral fluency, and both groups improve in the aspect and efficiency of visual word recognition from pre-test to post-test.
at the end of semester, maybe the greater a learner's efficiency are in shifting in attention, the slower that person's speed of words would be. The second is time on task. Analysis were conducted in the activities engaged in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Sometimes people think that study abroad group may spend more time on task, especially in speaking. However, time on task didn't play an important role in the analysis. For example, people who study abroad always stay with the students who are from the same country. Actually, they didn't spend too much time on the time on task, especially speaking. The last point is prior knowledge and experience learning Spanish. In the test of Spanish grammar set, study at home group gained 513 score, study abroad group attained a score of 442. It is slightly above the middle of the second semester in the ability level. Despite these differences, neither the pre-test Spanish grammar nor the number of years prior to learning Spanish were significantly correlated with language scores. Now we finish our topic. Do you have any questions? I'm looking forward to answering your questions.